honestly, I wasn't even surprised that Melt was coming out with a palette. You know, they had some real smokers over there. Because anytime 420 is amongst us or on the way, you know they're going to bring us a palette that's going to be weed themed. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So, yep, I'm talking about Melt Cosmetics. You know, today is 4/15. This palette's been out for maybe 10 days on their website. And it just hit Sephora VIB on April 9th, which was the first day of the sale if you were Rouge. And you already know, like, they some real smokers over there. Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Okay, I'm not gonna say, but I am talking about Melt Cosmetics' new addition to their palette family, which is the Mary Jane palette. It is a beautiful 10-pan cool tone palette, and oh my God, can we take a minute? Can we take a minute? Can we look at the packaging? It is gorgeous, but like I always say, Melt kills it in the packaging department. And of course, Melt is distributed in California, and this is made in the United States. This is like a hard cardboard packaging, and this is plastic right here with the little, you see the little glitter? Do you see it? Do you see it? And then look at the unicarton. The unicarton is gorgeous as well. Oh my gosh, I halfway want to keep this. I think I might keep this. I don't keep a lot of packaging because I don't have room to store it, because I don't have a beauty room. I have this little corner wall behind me because I film in my room. But one day I'll have a real office space and I can put this up. I think I'm gonna keep this. It's super cute. So just a few details about the palette. The palette does retail for $58. I think that's usually pretty standard when we're talking about a Melt in a 10-pan palette. It's called the Mary Jane Eyeshadow Palette. Any directions is just apply around the eyes as directed. The palette is 19.35 grams or 0.68 ounces. The packaging is recyclable, and once you open the palette, it is good for 12 months. Now, this palette did release to their site first, and it was able to do a pre-order, and then it came back on, I want to say April 7th, and then it hit Sephora stores April 9th. Was actually, I don't even think it stores, it's online only, but because I'm Rouge, don't talk about me, okay? But because I'm Rouge, I was able to pick this up during the sale on April 9th when it started for VIB. So I was very excited. This is like the most exciting thing I picked up during the sale, literally. So once you open it up, you have these beautiful 10 shades right here, which is inspired by the smoke, and I guess that stems from the different strains of cannabis. That's the way they described it, and I'm just going to take their word for it because I don't smoke. I don't judge anybody who smokes. So I don't smoke. So I do have 5 looks for you today. Yes, 5 looks. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put the music on and we're gonna roll, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts along the way and my thoughts at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started. My eyebrows are filled in using my Goof Proof pencil, shade 3.75. I'm so excited because I have a fresh new one. Because look, I was like, I need my Sephora order to hurry up because the little nub I was using wasn't happening. So eyelids are primed using my Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime in shade number 2. Let's go ahead and get started. So this shade, Sweet Lucy, it's really, really pretty, but I'm finding that it's just a tiny bit hard to pick up with a brush. I don't feel like the shade is a dud. I'm using my, what is it, the Soleil G Builder Pro that I usually use. But let's see, I'm gonna switch brushes. I'm gonna switch it up. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Rephr 21 and I am going to wet the shade and we're gonna see if that helps it. I don't feel like it's a dud. It does have pretty good payoff with the finger. I'm not really a finger person, so we'll see in a second. Yes, and this brush picks it up so much better. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta change your tools. And then I'm gonna go in all night setting spray. And boom, okay. All right, y'all, so I did my foundation, Rare Beauty foundation. Pretty much everything is the same. Did my lashes. I'll link everything down below. Oh, but lip, you know, I like to mention that I am using Closer by Propa. And like right now, these Propa Beauty, I know this is a melt video, but these Propa Beauty lipsticks are just really doing me justice because, you know, I wear a mask for like 8 to 12 hours at a time and my lips just take a beating. It doesn't matter what I put on them, like just nothing can help them. So, but the Propa Beauty lipsticks are kind of like that balmy stuff so it doesn't irritate it. And then I added on a little bit of Dare to Bear. This is Lust Gloss by McGrath. Okay, but so we're basically finished. But I picked up Lynx, which is a cream blush, Blushlight to be exact, by Melt Cosmetics. This is, you know, a new release that they had just about a month ago, and it looks like this. And it's a little different. It's more gold and bronzy, and I wanted to try it out. This was a part of my VIB haul. Everything else is boring. Y'all don't want to see it. I picked up the palette, this, oh, Elson 4, and everything else was like, I told you, this mascara. Nothing worth seeing. Okay. Oh, I did pick up, oh, I did want to mention, okay, so I did pick up this, okay, which is the Pat McGrath. This is the yellow Sublime Under Eye Powder. So I do have that on. So I'm going to apply this blush, basically. I'm going to take this number 17. I'm not sure where I left off because, you know, my card decided to be full, my memory card. But I'm going to take it to number 17. This is a Rephr brush. And we're going to pick it up. And I decided to go with this shade because it's golden. And just wanted to have something a little different, a little glowy. And it gets a sheen. It's pretty. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it just yet. I'm looking in the monitor. It's cute. Like Kara said, cute. It just gives a little something to the cheeks. I mean, I'm happy. I think I'm happy I got this color. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see it. I see it. It's coming. And it doesn't appear to be picking up the rest of my makeup. What do you guys think? It's cute. Did you guys have any of these shades? I just wanted something a little neutral, a little golden. I'm here for it. All right. So I'm done. Let's talk about these two looks, okay? So I think they're really, really pretty. Really pretty. The mattes are gorgeous, okay? The mattes are really, really gorgeous. I think the shimmers are really gorgeous. This eye I'm in love with, but you know I love a good green, brassy. I'm biased. But, okay. Mary Jane is beautiful. Sweet Lucy is beautiful. Callie is beautiful. Okay, so, but this is my only thing with Callie. I thought Callie was really going to like help brighten this up right here where I did, what was the shade? Bamba. But it just kind of meshed in with this one. So it's not bringing the pop like I wanted to. It's bringing the pop here. Now, the texture of the shimmers, they're not bad. There's nothing wrong with them. But I think they're a little gritty. They do have quite a bit of fallout, so you're definitely going to need to do your face makeup last. I think they could really benefit from some glitter glue. So when I do the next set of looks, I'm going to use some glitter glue. Yeah, so we'll see how, because they pick up, but you definitely have to wet them. And when I was going in with the Sonia G Builder Pro, which usually works for me and it's great for shimmers, but then I had to change it to the Refer 21, which is more of a flat concealer type flat brush that's really good for shimmers as well. But the shimmer, they're not crumbly, but they are pretty flaky and gritty. I wouldn't say they're the smoothest shimmers. They're not. I'm not sure if it's because of the glitter particles in there, but they are really pretty once you get them on the eye. But you do have to kind of work with them. But like I said, I think when I do the next set of looks, I'm just going to go ahead and pop on some glitter glue. Although I think that the looks do look really great. I really like this matte Gasper. It's really beautiful. And I also like Rubia. I like Murray also. Rubia. All of the mattes I'm digging so far because there are only 4 mattes. But we're going to see. And then I'm also, I feel like on the eye, because I was kind of playing around with it. On the eye, there's not much difference between Bamba and Santa Maria. So I'm not even sure which shade is which at this point. Because I kind of put them on my eye, on my hand rather, to see which one I want to put on my eye. So let's go ahead and get started on the next set. All right, I'm reprimed. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm back, and here are the next two looks. And obviously I changed up the lip. I felt like just doing a little bold, plus I wanted to try this out. This is the McGrath liquid lipstick that I told you that I did pick up in Elson 4. And I thought it paired well with these looks because right here, this is just bronzy goodness. And then this is like old gold goodness. Like, I love both of these looks, and it just shows like you can really make some nice neutral looks out of this palette because, you know, we want to see if it's versatile or not. So you still need to do your face makeup last with this palette because the glitter glue did help. Now this particular shade, the bronzy gold, the bronzy shade, let's see, that is Bow. This shade is so much smoother. It's one of the smoothest shades actually in the palette. Now Mary Jane, it's still, even with the glitter glue really did help the cause. Like, it helped to give it the payoff and everything, but I still had trouble like picking it up on a brush. Then I had to go with my finger. And it's just, I don't want to say they're crumbly. It's just, it's a lot of texture going on, but they're beautiful on the eye. So I'm not mad about it, but the glitter glue helps, but you still need to do your face makeup because I'm still going to get fallout. So overall with these two looks, I'm loving it. Cute. That's what Kara would say, cute. But all right, let's go ahead and one more look, okay? But so far I'm really digging it. All right, I'm back. Fifth and final look. All right, guys, I am back. This is the fifth and final look, and I love it. It is so pretty, and I'm feeling this palette. I am really liking the Mary Jane palette. So I changed my lip back to the same lip that I had for the first two looks with the closer because I was like, this look is a little bold for the red lip. But let's go ahead and jump into this bad boy right here. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay, when we talk about packaging, you know it's beautiful. I love the little embossed plastic Mary Jane, and then with the glitter on the inside. I mean, it's beautiful. Like, you just see the smoke. I mean, the theme is just carried throughout, just like they do with any of their palettes, to be honest. But it makes it so, I just love running my fingers across it. I don't know why, but I do. And then the outer packaging is just as gorgeous. I mean, like, they really outdid themselves. But like I always say, when it comes to packaging and brands, like I always think like Melt, Kaleidos, Pat McGrath. Like, they always kill it with the packaging, so I can never be let down. Now, as far as the quality of this palette, I feel like this palette has really good quality. I would probably give this palette maybe an 8 out of the 10, okay? So, and that's, I don't think that's a bad rating at all. 7.5, 8 out of 10. I really do like this palette. It has some beautiful tones. The mattes, okay, the mattes get a 10 out of 10. It's the shimmers that are bringing it down for me. The shimmers are gorgeous. They are workable, like I have been saying. I feel like you need a little bit of glitter glue. Now, Santa Maria is definitely a standout shade. That's the one I use here today over Bamba. Bamba is a little hard to pick up. You can't really see the difference on your eyes between Bamba and Santa Maria. Like, there's just no difference on your eyes at all. And even when I put it, well, my hand swatches are gone. When I put it on my hand, I can't even figure out the difference between the two. There's a slight shift. But when we're talking about, let's see, we got 3, 6, 9. When we talk about 10 shades, it doesn't really matter. You know, Bow is very, very smooth. I would say one shade that is just a tiny bit disappointing is the shade Cali. It's very beautiful, and I just want it to be more, because these shades are so deep and dark, and the only other option that you have to like kind of brighten up the look or do some different things is the shade Mary Jane. But Cali is gorgeous, but it's just so flaky and it's very textured. It's hard to pick up. And sometimes it just doesn't stand out the way you want it to set apart from the other shadows. It just kind of blends in. So like here you get a little separation of color, but not much. Bow is very smooth. I feel like the smoothest shadows are Bow and Santa Maria, like I just said. Sweet Lucy is gorgeous. That green with that gold reflect is gorgeous, but it is, I mean, you can see like all the texture I have just from picking that shade up. I mean, you're going to have to work with it. You need a glitter glue. You don't have to use a glitter glue, but you're going to struggle just a little bit more. And so that's what just kind of is bringing the palette down for me. Overall, it's gorgeous. Like I said, the mattes are gorgeous. Like, I didn't have any problem blending them out. They were buttery. They were just so good. As you can see, I was able to kind of trace out this cat wing eye. I love the palette. I think it is such a great addition to the collection. Of course, are there palettes like this that you probably have in your collection? Yes. So let's pull out a couple real quick. Okay. So of course I pulled out the #1 palette that's going to be compared to, which is Natasha Denona Glam palette. So I feel like with the Glam palette, you're going to get a little bit more everyday looks. The mattes are a little bit lighter. They don't pack as much punch as the mattes. However, I do really still like the tones of the Natasha Denona. I feel like this is little black dress appropriate / more everyday, and you get a lot of lighter options with, you know, I forgot these shades are named, like brow bone, inner corner. So with inner corner, brow bone, center eyelid, you're going to get more. Plus you don't have like the green tones in this particular palette like you do in Mary Jane. But Mary Jane is just a little bit more grungier. It goes a little bit deeper. And like I said, you get like the green. Now this one you can both get like the gold tones, and you can get some similar looks. So if you have this one, you don't necessarily need this one, but if you're like a collector, you're into makeup like I am, you know, you can definitely find the use of both in your collection, especially when I think about the shade Mary Jane and the shade Sweet Lucy and the look I did, the first look I did on this eyelid. But these two palettes are very much comparable. I want to say the Melt retails for $58. Natasha Denona retails for $65. I will say that Natasha Denona has a better formula though. But the Melt formula was not bad at all in this palette. And I mean, in this one, it just gives you a little bit of something more to look at with this packaging. But the mattes were very good in here. So another palette that you can kind of compare. I don't have a lot of cool tone palettes in my collection. So something else that comes to mind is the Sydney Grace Love palette. But I feel like there's just no comparison. You only get a few shades that might be comparison. This one just happens to be a little bit more cool tone in nature. And then if you think about maybe Mothership 1, or actually we have Platinum Bronze, because I actually have this in my collection now. You know, I didn't have this palette for a long time. So you get kind of a lot of cool tone options in this one, this 6-pan palette. But I don't feel like you can get the same looks. You know, you have a little bit more pinky. You do have that lighter mauve. You do have the, you know, the gold. So some of the looks can be similar, but you're not going to get the grungy green tones that you're going to get with the melt. And you'll get some of the pewter, but you're not going to get the pewter sparkliness that you have this. You'll get that more comparison with Natasha Denona versus melt versus platinum bronze in the melt palette. But if you don't use cool tones a lot, would you be okay if you just had this one? Yes, but if you really like the green tones, but I'm a big fan of green tones. And then I briefly mentioned Mothership 1 for a second, but you know, Mothership 1 has like the purple, the blue, like the yellow gold. It's just a little bit cooler matte. I don't feel like it's much comparison. And then another palette that I pulled out was the Smoke Show palette, because I did kind of bring up Smoke Show when I talked about Natasha Denona coming out with this glam palette. And I mean, this one is more strictly just black in nature. Just black and straight up silver. And you're not going to get the softer looks like you can with the melt palette. So overall, I really like this palette. I feel like it is great. I had so much fun doing these 5 looks. Like, this is my second video of the day. Like, this palette came in the mail and I was like, yes. It's early enough. Let me get it rolling. Let me get this up for you guys. And I just feel like the looks were gorgeous. Now, I just wish, like I said, that Santa Maria and Bombo were not... We just needed something else. You know, I wish there was maybe a lighter silver. I don't know. But overall, I'm very happy with this. And it's beautiful. So with that being said, let me know down below, did you pick up this palette? I think a lot of people were pretty excited about the palette, especially since it came out during the VIB sale, which is amazing. So let me know down below in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very soon. And subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. All right, y'all. Bye.